Hey guys, we're waiting for a few people to get in. And it's already getting warm out here. I'll get this set up a little bit here. Set up for a hands-free mode. Come on. See who comes in early. Well, early for me. I'm not sure what time it is. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. There's something I've been wanting to, I mentioned a few times, but I want to kind of put a little more out there. Just a few things that I've seen picked up. Not that I'm the see-all, know-all. Just my 2 cents. Hey, Benny, welcome. Yeah, I just stepped outside and I was thinking about doing cards, but it's like, you know what? I think it's kind of late already for me to do cards. That's going to have something I'm going to have to do, like, oh, geez. I don't know, like maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning and come out here and set up. Because it is just like, damn. Dono, welcome. Yeah, my day off. And I'm going to be working today. I am going to be working on the painted rocks, Benny. You remember those, the painted rocks. I'm going to work on that. Since there's no EVPs in it, it shouldn't take me 20 hours to get it set up. I don't know if Rand's close by, Benny, but tell him I said hello. I was in the stream for a little while last night, but I really can't use my phone at work like what I was. Yeah, that's what I was looking at my mine. It's like, oh damn, I still got to run to Best Buy and pay on my card today. Almost forgot that too. I woke up this morning and I'm like, oh crap, I got to do that today. Okay, that means something's healing, something's growing. Stormy in here? Hey, Stormy, welcome. Kelsey, welcome. Yeah, there's just a few things I wanted to cover because I've seen, well, here the last few months, I've seen everybody going nuts. Everybody's going apeshit nuts over these networking. But they used to be called something else. They call them networking now, but they're still pretty much, hey, Tony, welcome. Still pretty much sub for sub. They just can't use that word anymore. But and it's great. It's great to get a start. I mean, with a start. But the problem I ran into as I started growing and getting more regular, you know, how'd you say, organic? Some people say it, from videos that you put out. And that's probably the best way. Just do your own live streams, do your own videos, and those are going to be the ones that stick the best. Because when if you really think about it, you got a bunch of creators as a creator yourself, how are you going to sit there and actually network and support with 1,000 channels, 2,000 channels? You ain't going to have time for your own content. You want to make your own content, because that was the thing I was getting into. I was actually supporting the, you know, sticking with it and supporting, but it's like, you sit there and you put 9 or 10 hours a day in on, the channels, and guess what? You just spent zero time on putting your own stuff together. And that's the thing I was giving. I was going to go 10, 12, and you can look back and see how much viewing time you spend. 9, 10, 12 hours a day, and it's like, I look back and it's like, how much did I get done on the video I got sitting there? 15 minutes? As a matter of fact, I still got footage from last summer that I haven't even used yet, that I don't even know if I'm going to really use it now. So it's like, so if you see stuff where I probably just won't even use it. But that's just something else I wanted to bring up. I got a freaking spider hanging from my hat. There you go, little buddy. Get down there. Little baby one. When you're doing your stuff, try to do some videos in with the live streams, because that's the thing. YouTube, when you're doing your live streams, they love the live streams, but unfortunately after the live stream's over the next day, odds are, unless you got something majorly epic in there, the views are going to stop. YouTube's not going to promote that. Whereas a 20-minute video or a 15-minute video, yeah, they'll keep promoting. As a matter of fact, the other day I got a comment on a video, one of the first videos I did. I think it was like the second or third video I did, and that's been a year ago. So there's still actually people, some of those videos are getting promoted out. Hope I haven't missed anybody. Welcomed everyone in. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've got some videos that when I put them up, they had, 40 or 50 views. And then I was talking to a friend, and they're like, hey, did you know it has over 200 views? And I was like, what? Chris, welcome. Yeah, Benny, I want to go back to that meth place, because when I was there, and that's why it's like, I had to watch the truck because that one dude was hanging around. And I was like, we got all our stuff in here. So I was just hanging around there. But it was like, I was looking around. I was like, there's something missing. So I picked up, I grabbed my camera and I started walking around recording. And it's like, I couldn't put my finger on it. It's like I was missing something. I'm recording. I'm like, no, that's not even worth, hang on, So I didn't even use that second roll of footage that I used, because it was like, there's something I'm missing. There was something. And I also want to go back to the I got a paranormal group. Okay, I did. Now here's the thing, Kelly. I'm part of a paranormal group, but everybody's got to work together as a team. So I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Because just trying to get everybody works. Everybody's got different schedules, and it's hard to get, okay, this date, this time, without taking time off. And the last time I did that was like, that's when I did that Midnight at the Museum video. And I want to go back, but I already talked to them that I'd like to go back. and get some more footage there, because there was just so much that I couldn't get, but because it was only so many people can be in a certain area at a certain time. So it's like I was literally rolling out of there at, it was like 1:30 in the morning when I was rolling out. But something else I want to do, Benny, is that one house that I got, um, that I found, where there's nothing. I was getting nothing. Walking around the property, I was getting nothing. Going into that first house, there was, I could see big nests hanging down from the drywall and the ceiling. So I was like, okay, there's crows here. They got a nest. I'm just gonna. There's not a whole lot to see in there, so I just kind of went and started hitting the other buildings. But it was like, as soon as I stepped on that wood floor, it was like, bam, there's energy here. There was energy in there. Something was in there. But only when I was standing on the wood floor could I feel it. As soon as I stepped back down onto the concrete, it was done. It was gone. So there's something trapped in there, in that older part of the house. Kirsten, welcome. We got Ghost of Shepherdstown here. I'm trying to read it. Oh, somebody's like you soon. I can't read the name. So hard to read on this little phone. But welcome. 8:39. Okay, Eastern Standard. That'll be 6 o'clock. Yeah, send me a remind me closer to that time. I'll figure a way to get a link. Let's see. Yeah, Benny, you can drop a link. I haven't ate yet. I had just a couple swigs of milk from my jar, my milk jar. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get those painted rocks up, and I'd like one of these days to get with Foxy and do something. But I'll go back to the meth house. Well, what's left out meth house. Stone remains. That's all there was really. Stone remains. Everything else has been kind of dumped there. Get back out to that one house that I did, and that'd be so cool, Benny. They're going there, and that's such an awesome experience when you're walking around and you feel absolutely nothing, and then all of a sudden it was like I said, I stepped up on that wood floor, and it was like I was like, wait a minute, where'd this come from? There's I really can't say a number. I'm going to say that well, at least one, but it was like, where'd this come from? This wasn't here a second ago. Jamaica, welcome. Yeah, well, that's the thing when you're joining your group, it's everybody getting their schedules together. That's the issue we have. That's why, I mean, I joined them last year, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 4 investigations, and the first investigation I did with them, it was at the Santa Fe tracks. But of course, at that point, I had weekends off, so it wasn't really all that hard for me. So did the Santa Fe tracks, we did the Santa Fe tracks, and we did the body dump site, which I haven't put that up because there's just too much talking from people right over the EVPs. You can't hear them. You had to be there to hear the EVPs. So I don't know if there's anything I can really salvage. Maybe just a short 5-minute video or something. But I can't even find the part where we heard where the murdered girl told us. I asked where it happened, and she told us where it happened. Now, I can't even hear that on the tape. We could hear it there, and I could hear it in my head when she said it, but I really can't find it in the footage because too many people are talking. So I didn't put that one up. And then I did the murder room, put that video up. And the last one I did, the museum, that was number 4. And that's been since probably September of last year. I'd have to see when I put it up, but I think it was more September, maybe October, that when we did the first one together. That's just one thing I wanted to say as far as like growing your channel. YouTube really doesn't promote the live streams. Whenever you get a video, and a lot of things, you got to have a lot of things played. It's got to be the right time, lengthwise. You want your likes and comments. It's the interactions with the video is what really gets them to recommend it to other people, and that's where your good subscribers come from. The ones that stay with you. It's not, it's like, hey, you subscribe to me, and let's do each other a favor. And that works. Like, no, they just like the content. They may or may not be a creator, but they like the content. They hit the subscribe button. Those are going to be the ones that stay. The ones that get purged are a lot of the networking. Right now, State of Confusion. In California, Tony. Okay, Benny. I'll be here for a little bit. Yeah, you just got to check around and see. Because I was thinking I was thinking I was the only one here in California in this area, and then it was like, oh no, there's Ray the Fam's just an hour north of me, and then they ran into John, and John's only a couple hours to the west. Well, probably about 2.5 hours to the west. And then we got Benny Loco, which I've met up her with a couple of times. Huntress of the Unknown, welcome. Yeah, and I want to get back out to Benny Loco's. It's not going to be anytime soon. It's just the gas prices. Yeah, that's what kills me. The haunted truck drinks a lot of gasoline. Half-ton pickup with a V8. St. Augustine, yeah. Well, that was probably a city before Florida was a state. That goes way back. I'm not mistaken. I think Florida, I don't even think, even in the Revolutionary War, I don't think Florida was involved because they weren't one of the colonies. I think they were Spanish, occupied by Spanish. glasses are tinting. Whoa, there we go. Actually see better without them. Cryptid 559. There's another one that's just north of me, probably 30 miles, 35 miles north. Oh, and there's another one, but I've tried to contact him a few times. There's this just south of me, UFOskers. I mean, they're kind of hard to contact. I had to kind of just drop a thing in one of their videos. It's like, hey, I'd like to meet up with you. You know, I'm in the area. It's like they never followed up. So, and it's not like they have an email where you can just contact them. Hey Tim, welcome. And my chat stopped, so I have no idea how long ago that was. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you were in Cali right now, Kirsten. I was like, oh, cool, another one. Oh, no. Let's see what the heck. That book. You think an earthquake's coming? Yeah. Well, I'm 55, and you know what? I've been hearing the big one's going to hit any time. The big one's going to hit within the next 20 years. Big one's going to hit within the next 50 years. Yeah. Eventually. But you know what? They're finding more and more fault lines throughout the U.S. that's been dormant, and they're like, wow, this one did this. This one did this. 1,500 years ago, this happened. So, but it ain't earthquakes. Hell, we even got volcanoes here in California. They just don't erupt. Volcanic activity, tornadoes, hurricanes. Really? Find one place where it is 100% safe from any natural disaster. Oh yeah, there's gonna be earthquakes like daily. Daily, there's some hardly, I mean, we hardly ever feel it. Depends on where you're at. If you're close to it, you'll feel it, but maybe. You just never know when it's going to hit. It's going to hit. Oh, okay, we got. Oh, hey. If you haven't done so yet, if you could take and smash that little button with the thumbs up, 9 in the house, 4 thumbs up, and just bring it up a little bit. Try to tip it into double digits here. Yeah, there was one in oh crap, I don't even know. It was somewhere in towards the middle of the country, back in the late 1800s. It sits there and big cracks opened up, sand blasting in the air, and I mean, it really did a job. And I think over a couple of days, it did that several times. It's made a big old mess out there. They're still excavating some of the places that it hit. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Yeah, Yellowstone goes off. To take 2/3 of the U.S. and Yeah. It's kind of hard to drive to work or work a field under, what they say, something like 2 feet, 2 feet of ash. So most of the agriculture in the U.S. will be wiped out. Well, hell, we don't have jack shit for manufacturing industry anymore. There'll be a lot of McDonald's, Burger Kings, and fast food places under ash. Yeah, if you really think about it, if oh, there is a lot of paranormal activity. Well, it's because I'll tell you what, Kirsten, is because they do that on purpose. They do that on purpose. If you go back and you start looking at a lot of major battles, World War One, the Civil War, all these old, it doesn't have to be a big war, just a smaller war, or skirmishes. You start mapping those, and then you sit there and all around the world, and you start putting that over ley lines. You're going to see there's been a lot of battles over ley lines. My theory on that: ley lines, it's a lot of positive energy. So if you sit there and you have a lot of battles and war over these ley lines, it contaminates them with negative energy. So you have negative energy starting to flow and killing out that positive energy. So that's my take on that. That's intentional, on purpose. Okay, Kelsey, thanks for coming in. So I'll probably do some card readings. Um, hey, Benny, welcome back. I'm probably going to do some card readings, but it's going to be early in the morning for me, like 6 in the morning, because it's already getting warm out here. I just flipped my truck around backwards, though. I mean, to open a portal. You mean the battles to open a portal? I don't know about that. But I'll tell you what, a lot of these naysayers, and I'm kind of chuckling because science is actually proving that if you guys heard Stargates, science is actually proving between the sun and the earth, the magnetic field where it crosses, it crosses a certain way, you get what they call an X point. And an X point, they are theorizing, can be a portal. Can actually, and this is science now, so keep in mind, this is science. They're going through mathematically figuring this stuff out. So a portal to where? Somewhere else in this universe? Is it a portal to a alternate universe that has similar conditions with a X point in the same exact place? I don't know. But there's actual scientists, and they are actually spending money to send up satellites with equipment to map this stuff, map these different magnetic fields and points and all that. So if they're spending money on satellites, then somebody's pretty sure. Yeah, battles. I think that's just to contaminate the ley line. Well, the 33-degree parallel. I don't know. Is that like one of the long ley lines? Because they got so many big ley lines, and they got like little curlicues branching off here and there. It's hard to say. Because I had to look at a map on one, and it actually showed a ley line. Ley lines kind of like wagon spokes from the Bay Area. and one of those lines did come and cross just east of here. I'm not sure how far. 5 miles? Because it was running along the 99, and the 99 is only like 5 miles from my house, 6 miles from here. Okay. So I bet you if you go back and start mapping uh, probably some Civil War battles and see how many was fought. Look at that ley line, and then look at the little ley lines that branch off of it. You really start thinking of battle that's going to be negative energy and there can be blood spilled. Will that be considered a blood sacrifice to negative forces? So you have anger, battle, bloodshed, a blood sacrifice. How would that contaminate any positive energy in that area, on those ley lines? All the volcanoes, yeah. It's a ring of fire just off the coast here. And then we got some, I'm trying to think. Mount Shasta, Mount Whitney, I'm not sure. I know we got a couple dormant volcanoes in California, at least one, if not two. Then you have Mount St. Helens up north, further north. You got the Ring of Fire all the way, all up the west coast, down around Mexico, South America, going over to Japan. Yeah, there was a bunch. And actually, a town I used to live in, um, Porterville. I think Porterville, Porterville is a kind of a crappy, it's a little town. It's not really big. There's nothing really going for it. But as far as per capita, that is one of the top, I'm going to say probably one of the top cities in the U.S. for felony. Weird, I mean crazy. And there's 3 ley lines that cross right there in Porterville. 3 different ley lines that I noticed. And it's just right there by Porterville. But it's like, I mean, it was just, I remember living there and we'd hear a story about, okay, 2 females were rescued. They were being held prisoner in a garage by some guy or a couple of guys, and they were being held, tied up in a garage, and they'd been there for like almost a year. I was like, okay. I mean, just crazy stuff like that. A couple of planes crashed, and both of the pilots are saying it was like some visible force was pulling their plane down. As you know, one was trying to take off and the other was landing. It was like, as he was taking off, it was like some force was actually like pulling his plane down, and the other one was like something was pulling my plane as I was landing. Something was pulling my plane off to the side. It wasn't wind, wasn't anything else. It wasn't pushing it. It was being pulled. And they both, hey, Foxy, welcome. And those two crashes in 1 week out there. And that's just a small airport. You got Cessnas, and then you have some fire planes that are launched from out there for the mountain fires. That's it. Yeah, same here. I got to go pay a bill, and I want to get that video up by tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, I also want to do a Oracle. Maybe my Unicorn Oracle cards. But I got to get a bunch of laundry done and a bunch of stuff that I'm going through. So I'm tired of seeing it sitting there, so it's going in the trash. Yeah, hopefully Michelle will meet up with us. I don't know. It's like she's trying to avoid us or something. I don't know. So what do you think? Hey, Danny, welcome. So, Michelle, what do you think? Are you going to dodge the bullet, or are you going to jump in and join us? Because that one place I found, and I'm pretty sure it's not too far from the Painted Rocks as I was leaving. Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes after the Painted Rocks was that one house. I'll tell you what, Michelle, win the damn lottery. For Christ's sake, just win the freaking lottery, and then you can say, I'm just going to sit there and do Urbex and paranormal videos, because I've got $3.5 million in my pocket right now. Yeah, the Painted Rocks, yeah. The Painted Rocks, Kirsten. And this is one thing I noticed, it's like, you know, like a big mountain of just rocks. And I was looking at the other mounds there. You see where, like, at one time it was kind of a big rock, and, you know, they start breaking down, and you know, you got a lot of, you know, flat sides. Like this place does not look like that. This one looks like it is a bunch of, you know, you got the regular shaped rocks, you know, they're rounded off. Something stacked those rocks there. It does not look like it's a natural formation. It just looks like, you know, if you had, you know, somebody clearing a field, and you had them, you know, they pile the big stones up out of the way so they can, you know, grow their crops and stuff. Yeah, but these are probably 20-ton rocks, 30-ton rocks. Why is someone going to, literally, you would need a large crane to lift these, because I mean, some of these are just too big to put on the back of a semi truck and haul down the road. They would crush the trailer. These are huge, and you'll see it. And it looks like something stacked them there. So I got to go through, and I may have to try to enhance, because the wind was blowing. But I do mention that in the video. How did these get here? How did they get stacked up like they are? Now the second one, yeah, it looks like there's, you know, a bunch of them are breaking down. But these are all like you know, river type rock type, you know, type shaped. But like I say, they're like 20 tons, maybe 30 tons. These are huge. I mean, some of these rocks are, I'll just show you, they're bigger than my truck. They're bigger than my truck, and they're stacked there. If you take your average house, and we'll just, you know, kind of like twist you around here a little bit. If you can see the building over there, that like garage. Okay, that's how big some of those stones are. Try to get you back here. Ah, damn. Come on. That's how big some of those stones were. And I don't even know if I got a thing, because it's so... I mean, I pulled over and started recording. There wasn't really a place to pull over, because further away where I could get, like a distance shot and capture the whole thing, because you got like out in the desert, you have the edge of the road, the edge of the asphalt. Then you had about maybe a foot, 2 feet of dirt or open space, and then you'd have all your desert shrubbery, yeah. And it's like there's no way I'd be halfway in the road, you know. So I had to wait until I could pull off and actually do it. But okay, notification. Try to get that up tomorrow. Vape shop. I'm gonna be working on that today. Vape shop will be open at 10. So look at it somewhere between 10 and 12 Pacific time for it to go up. Working on that today. Got the bill. I don't even know what time it is right now. A bill I gotta go pay. And then I'm gonna do the video. I'm not gonna really get out and do much more today, as far as like go out and film. But I do have something coming that I hope will help me get out. Is those cool down towels that you get them wet, just run them under the faucet. It doesn't matter. Just be ice water, and then you put it around your neck. I got 2 of those coming today, because this last week literally freaking killed me out there trying to do my round. And I kid you not, it's like 103 and 104 degrees. At that point, the humidity is not bad. It's about 9% or 9%, 8%. It's pretty low. But as soon as the sun starts to angle around 7 o'clock and the temperature drops down to like 97, 98, 96, the humidity shoots up to like 50%. And it was like, I wasn't expecting it. The weekend, it was hot, but it wasn't humid. Monday, it was humid in the evening. It was hotter than it was over the weekend, but it was humid. And I was like, I started walking, and it was like, I'm like trying to breathe faster. It's like I'm breathing, and I'm breathing deep, but I'm not getting any air. And I was like, holy crap, I had to stop. I'd only got like 3 minutes into it, and I was like, I had to stop, and I was thinking, I gotta finish this. But I just wanted to go back to inside where the AC actually brings it down to probably about 78 to 80 degrees when the temperatures are like that, because the outside's all glass. And they took off our window tint. I was like, damn it. You took our window tint, so now we got direct sunlight. So it's like the, solar ovens? Yeah. Solar ovens with a little AC on the side. Okay, Cryptid, thanks for coming in. I'm trying to read. My glasses are getting tinted, making it hard to see who's reading. I pretty well make out the text, but I can't see who's doing it because they're using a different type of font. It's not as bold. I just wanted to get on and drop that, say something about that. If you're trying to grow your channel, do some videos. Make some videos. Don't rely on networking to carry your channel. It's great to get a start. You can meet some really cool channels in there, but don't rely on that. Because the first 2 months you may get 300 or 400, 500, 600. A year down the road, those are all going to be, probably half of those are going to be purged. And it usually happens when you try to get to a milestone, 800, 900, break that 1,000 mark, and they start purging 20. You go back up, you get 20 more, and purge 15. Get that back up, and then they purge 30. And it just starts every day. It starts happening. And those of you, and the, a lot of you guys are gonna be like, yep, yep, that's what happens. Actually, the sky's a little clearing a little bit. I'll show you. The sky's not blue here anymore. It used to be really, really nice, bright blue. I'm gonna flip this around just for a minute. It's okay, but it's got like a haze. If you look over that way, off right over there, you can see there's some clouds over that way, and that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this, and then all day, so you get direct sun, and around 6, it's gonna start. Clouds are gonna start rolling in, and it's gonna get humid. And that's the way it's been for the last week. I mean, it's probably that way before, but I just noticed the last week because the temperatures are getting over 85 degrees. 85 is not too bad. I can deal with that walking around. My patrol is almost a mile each patrol, and I can knock out 7 of them in a 8-hour shift easy and do my other stuff. Not so much the last couple of days. Monday I could only do 5, and then yesterday I only got 4, and I was feeling sick to my stomach. I'm gonna get this over here. You know, this is where I like to be shade. We can see our lemon tree. It's a little misshapen because a few years ago, that side right there, it used to be full, but it like literally snapped. And if you see the corner there, it's a little bit bent. It's been straightened up. I'll walk over here. Now, this is a spot that used to be really, really active. Let's give you everybody a tour. Oh, and we got some grapes this year. Shit, I hope that was a lizard. Because whatever it was big. It was either a lizard or a rat. Look at this guy. Look at that. Oh, you can't see. It's grapes. And here's a tree we're getting something. Boomer was getting something. Hey, Vegas girls, welcome. Where Boomer was getting something was buried here, so that's something we got to check into. I can get it this way. Oh yeah, look at that. I have to turn the water on. We gotta. Oh crap, it's over. I have to bring some water and pour some water out to it. Look at that. I'm not sure what kind of grapes these are gonna be, but I'm gonna water them. Man, they're doing pretty good this year. I don't think anybody comes out and picks them. Gotta check around, see what we got. They go up on the roof. They go down. Oh, we got some over here too. I don't know if you can see them from here, but there's some grapes hanging over there. So yeah, I'll water those, and those will be ready. Actually, they're kind of small for what they should be. They should be ready in another month. I'm gonna have to get some water out here. So guys, just keep your eye out for that video tomorrow morning. Get that up. Look, I just put a fence up and it's already fallen down. He did a crappy job. he went cheap instead of cut corners instead of doing what he should have. So anyway, I'm gonna get myself in gear, get the bills paid. Well, I got one bill. It's on the other side of town. I gotta drive there and get to working on that video. Get that up. Get ready for some card reading in the morning. And then I don't know if I'll do a live stream during the night or not. Tonight or tomorrow night. Native Grammy, welcome. But that's pretty much gonna. After that, it's back to work for another week. And I gotta go 5 days before I get another weekend. Yeah, I wish I could win the lottery and just say, okay, we're gonna YouTube and we're gonna travel all over the frickin' U.S. Oh yeah, well, those houses there were built later. These houses. This used to be. This property here used to be the last one on the block. This one and the one across the street. That house on the other side of those oleanders. And that's the reason why she planted that. Is the fence was falling down, but they're like a foot higher. The ground is a foot higher, and instead of building like a retaining wall, to hold that dirt back, she's like, well, you need to build a that kind of wall to hold the dirt, and then that'll keep the fence. And the guy's like, well, I want you to go half, and she goes, well, we will go half, but this is what's got to be done. We're not going to just put the fence in, because they put that fence in like a couple years ago, and it's already fallen down. So, and then they just put it together. When they did it, they instead of using 2x4s, they used 2x2s as the blanks will run, and then that's what they attached the pickets to, just 2x2s, and they used drywall screws, and the pickets are like literally pulling out. They're like curling up and pulling out of the 2x2s, and that whole back corner was falling down already. So she's like, I'm just gonna put oleanders up so we don't get that shit. So anyway, I gotta go get that done. I want to thank you guys for coming in. Just keep an eye out for notifications. Double check the notification bell. And everybody have a good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Sleep well, and until just a little bit later, everybody stay safe.